with CharlotteVibe.com, and welcome to another edition of Behind the Helmet One-on-One. Just hanging out with Carolina Panthers today. I have in the studio, I want to say Trey Boston again. Trey and I picked at him yesterday because he's a FIFA fanatic. Yeah. And I was talking, my sons like to play video games. Okay. I'm going to buy FIFA just to beat Trey because I'm competitive too.
That's tough.
But this is Trai Turner, not Trey Boston. So thank you for joining me, man.
Thank you.
We are on the eve, kind of sort of 2 days out from playing the Washington Redskins. We're not going to talk a lot of football, but since you are a professional player, this team's excited.
Yeah.
What's it going to look like come Sunday?
We just have to go out there and play our style of football. So just be physical up front, on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Just take what they give us. So we just go out there, see whatever front coverage they're playing, and we just go out there and we play ball. Honestly, those games, you just never know. You just have to go out there and keep fighting. You just go out there and keep playing, and the game just happens for you.
Now, I know Coach Rivera has done an excellent job with the mentality of the next game is the most important game.
Yeah.
But I still have to ask. People thought about Tennessee as a trap game. I didn't think about it at all. I actually heard Ted talking about it. I hadn't heard that. I personally feel like this is more of a trap game because you just came off the Tennessee game, right? And then Cincinnati lost. Yeah. And it's like the Panthers and the Patriots are the only undefeated teams. Kind of, yeah. Do you feel like this game is more of a trap game than the last game?
I mean, trap game, whatever you want to call it. No, well, I would say no. One, they're coming off a big victory against the Saints, so they're going to be riding a high also. Two, we know that everybody is coming out to beat us. They want to beat us as bad as possible. Any plays, they just want to get the job done. So I feel like we just take it and we look at it as motivation. We want to go out there and we want to win. Yeah, it's cool we won 9 games and all, and I don't want to make it seem like it's not a big feature, but you know, we have a lot of season left for where we want to be. We talking February and it's just November, so we have a lot of room to improve and a lot of games that are pivotal. This next game is pivotal for us being where we want to be at the end. So we had to go out there and perform. We're playing against a good team, a good defense, and I know they have some weapons on offense also. So we had to come out there and be ready.
You ever been on a 9-0 team?
One time in college.
Yeah.
I went to the national championship my freshman year, 2011, and I think we ended up the season 13-1 or 12-1.
How many in a row did you guys end up?
Oh, we were 12-0. 12 or 11-0. It's one of those. I think it's 12-0. Yeah, okay. I forget. But I think it was 12-0, and then we lost the national championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the football talk that I'm gonna get into because I was having some great conversation with you off camera. And I would tell you, I got a lot of research. I'm gonna try to share you with the fans because that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
But as I was researching Trai Turner, I was like, this dude was born when I was graduating high school, man. I was like, yeah. So you made me feel old for a moment. But and then I saw a video. You didn't look the same all your life. Like, I don't know if anybody's told you that. But I know you had the glasses in college.
Yeah.
But I saw this video. I guess you was at your mama's house. You was in a house.
Oh.
You had your shoulder.
Oh, I was in high school. I had shoulder surgery in high school. That was my senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember like it was yesterday?
Like it was yesterday. I remember the surgery. I remember sitting in the house like, man, what am I going to do now? Yeah.
You done made it. Mama, you done made it.
Yeah. Trying to.
Hey, talking about that chemistry in the locker room, man, I always see you hanging out on the quarterback side, man. I don't know if that's because that's you got to protect the guy. What's that locker room like?
It's a great locker room. It's fun. If you would just be able to just be a fly on the wall sometimes, you had a time of your life in that locker room. From being by my guys, the offensive line, which I'm with those guys 24/7. Yeah. So I venture off. I go by my quarterbacks, I go by my wide receivers, and especially my D-line. Those guys get me going.
Especially your D-line?
Especially my D-line.
Why is that?
Because they get me hype. They get me going when they out there, getting sacks, getting tackles, just throwing blockers and throwing defenders out the way. It's just,
I did not know about how much you throw people around until I checked your Twitter. If you guys have not checked it, check his Twitter out. And it's like every other tweet, you'll see a random video of Trai just like, boom, just throwing some guy. So you having a pretty good year.
Trying. It's still early. I still have a lot
halfway through
to go. Yeah, but like I said, this the halfway point for where we want to be. We still have, I don't know the exact amount, but close to what it would be, maybe 9 games. You know, we will have about 9 more games to be where we really want to be. But you know, like I said, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just counting this one forward. But I just go out there and have fun.
So speaking of having fun,
it's all fun.
Speaking of hanging out in that quarterback area, what kind of growth have you seen in Cam Newton as a leader? Because I feel like he, especially these last couple of weeks, you know, when he's talking to us, it's just seeming like he's just a different kind of leader.
Yes, he's totally different. He has commanded the whole team, hands down. Not saying that he never didn't.
Right.
Never did, but he has commanded that whole team. What Cam says goes. So when it's time to jump, we jump.
What do you feel really powered that? Any ideas?
Him
or any defining moments?
I just think everyone just gelled. You know, you always have teams that you know. What coaches say, oh, we just waiting to gel, we just waiting to click. The offense needs to get right or the defense needs to get right. Us as a team collectively, I feel like we just gelled. And even with the new pieces of the puzzle that come in and week out, I feel like once you come into our locker room, you have no choice but to fit into that mode. Because either you do and you fit right in or you don't and you will stand out. Everybody's going to know. So I think just the tightness and closeness of the locker room has, one, made Cam a better leader, and 2, made the locker room value what he says because we recognize him as our leader, and we say, okay, whatever he says goes. Let's just get the job done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna go all over the place with some questions.
All right.
What is the worst thing about being an offensive lineman?
The worst?
The worst thing. The thing that you hate the most, whether it's a perception, whether it's game experience, what is the worst thing?
The worst thing I hate about being an offensive lineman is you don't know what's going on behind you all the time. I don't like that. So we could be calling the play. So let's say we get a plan. So we all know the plan. I could just be sitting there just waiting on the ball to be snapped. And I'm kind of like, you know, what's going on back there, you know.
But you can't move your stand.
Can't move. I'm just stuck. I hate that.
Everybody else get to run
Everybody
around.
get to run around. Yeah, and I'm just stuck. I hate it. Yeah, but, you know, I deal.
You guys have some interesting nicknames, though, that media might refer to the linemen, right? Any that ever make you say, man, come on, give us more respect than that?
No, I don't pay it any mind.
How long you been an offensive lineman?
My whole life.
Whole life?
My whole life. I scored.
Did you?
Yes. Oh, don't knock the wheels.
I got speaking of wheels, some anonymous person said that your wheels are actually the second fastest wheels.
You know,
on that line.
It's a respect thing. When you come into a place where you're not really familiar with, you just play your role. You know. So when the speed aspect was talked about, I played my role, and Ryan Khalil deservingly is number 1.
Yeah.
I'll be number 2 for the time being until we race again.
Okay.
We're gonna race probably this summer. That's what I'm thinking.
So you're just saying, like, you know, you were raised well and he had seniority, so out of respect.
Yeah, out of respect, you know, okay, you're faster.
All right. You got any tattoos you regret?
None.
None?
None. They would tell you that. I regret not one tattoo.
Every tattoo you're proud of?
Proud of, everyone.
We'll do it again?
We'll do it twice. Do it again plus another time.
Okay. Are you joining the Rat Tail group? What is the Rat Tail group, man?
Okay, so this is how it came up. I hadn't found what I was looking for in Charlotte just so yet as a barber. So from time to time I would get a haircut, maybe not get a haircut. Get a haircut, maybe not. So within the last 3 or 4 weeks I hadn't had a haircut. And my hair naturally grew. I went home this past week and got a haircut.
Did you? Did you go home this past week?
Yeah.
Inside,
you
gonna
ask about that?
We'll let it keep going. Was it a good time?
Awesome time.
Nothing like going home.
And like I was able to get a haircut so I could look presentable, you know, on your video podcast.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's all for Charlotte Vibe.
But I ended up getting a little patch of hair sticking up in the back, my little rat tail going in. I figured, you know, I don't have anything. Mike has a huge beard. This is coming off because it's aggravating.
Right.
Khalil has a beard. Poor Mike.
I mean, that looks like a lot of growth, though.
Yeah, it's time for this to go off, though.
It's getting cold.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
I'll be all right. But my rat tail, you're going to see it. It's coming. You ain't know this.
You going to let it grow?
Yeah, I'm going to let it grow.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and peek over here to Periscope and see if there's any questions coming through. They probably got tired of just watching me. Oh, look at that. What does Trey think of the Panthers color crush uniforms?
Why
I don't like them.
Dang, I think my face just. I'm not going to disagree with the color rush because honestly, I don't know what it stands for. And it may stand for something really significant. But I'm really not the hugest. I'm not a big fan of it. No.
You're not a big fan?
No. They just, it's just a little bit too much color.
I don't like the solid colors. That's just me. I'm going to wait for a good question to come through. There's a few interesting questions that I'll tell you after we get off the Periscope.
Oh, okay.
I was told I have a bad connection.
Uh-oh.
But y'all didn't tell me that in the beginning, so I couldn't do anything about it. JK, I have a bad connection? Uh-huh. Huh? Oh. Is it can you see it at all? Okay. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take a super quick pause, and I'm gonna start it right back up. All right. So 1, 2, 3, pause. Well, here we go. How concerned about the injury to Peanut Tillman?
I'm not too concerned. I think he's a veteran player. He knows his body. If he could go, he will go. He will go. If he can't, then he just can't. But I think at the end of the day, we have some good depth at cornerback. We'll be okay.
Gotcha. All right. I kind of want some questions to come in because once I get started back on my list, I don't want to come back. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask him some more questions. Yeah, I got you. I got to filter out some of the questions. I don't know. We didn't talk about those kind of questions before I got them on here. I want them to come back. Hey, tell me about the conversations you be having with your special teams players out there on the field goal, man. Look at you. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
One Michael Orr said y'all always get into it when y'all go out there.
Every time.
Every time y'all go out there.
Because either it's him or me. Either he's in a scuffle, and I'm not really the scuffle type. I don't really have those problems. So I try to just, stop him, for doing too much excessiveness.
Okay. So, impressed with this young man, would love for him to talk about the strengths versus weaknesses of the offensive line. He ain't going to talk about his weaknesses, he's a man.
I think our biggest strength is that, as cliche as it may sound, we are brothers, honestly. We fight for each other. We go out there and when somebody else makes a mistake, we pick up their slack just like they would pick up mine. So I think that's what makes us the best. And the weakest, I feel like our hairdos or our haircuts, whatever you want to call it, it's not as strong as it should be. If you look along the line, Norwell hair is massive. He has a lot of hair. Meanie has a low cut. Poor Orr. I won't say why poor Orr, but poor him. Khalil's Khalil. I hope these people laughing at me. I'm really like this.
We're getting a lot of hearts, so they are liking what you said.
Oh, I can't forget about Mike Rimmers, the best beard in the NFL.
The best beard in the NFL?
In the NFL, hands down. Hands down.
Is it still us against the world mentality in that locker room?
Definitely, without a doubt.
I'll give you this one. You can do with it what you wish. I think they were saying if Kelvin Benjamin came back in time for the playoffs, that's too hard of a question. Coach Rivera would make that decision. He just go out and play.
Yeah, I don't know. That's above my pay grade.
Who are you the closest to? See, we working now. If y'all had told me, I would have got all these questions out there early. Who are you the closest with on the team?
2 people, Andrew Norwell, Ted again.
You good boys with Ted?
Yeah, Ted again.
Ted's real cool people.
Yeah, that's a guy I go to, an older guy that knows a little more than me, can help me out with certain stuff.
I'm sorry, y'all. Could you retype that question? Like I said, Trey's a good dude, so I was about to get caught up in a conversation. Happy Friday. How will the cooler temps affect play, if at all?
They won't. You just have to go out there and play. I know a man gonna try to beat me, so I had to beat him. That's all that matters.
I think that question that I missed was something about you liking Charlotte. How do you like Charlotte?
I love Charlotte. We were just talking about that.
But they don't know, man, so we got to share that with them.
I love Charlotte. I think Charlotte is a beautiful city, a clean place. My only concern is all these apartments and stuff.
All these cranes.
Yeah, the cranes and stuff. I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, they start at 5 in the morning and stop at 5. There's no medium.
You never get a break. Pre-game rituals?
I FaceTime my mom for sure. I always talk to my mom. Listen to some music. I'm usually quiet. I'm the one that's like, oh, you should be more serious. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that should be more serious. I play, I laugh. I'm only 22, so I just like to have fun. You only get so many Sundays, man. So I enjoy it.
Hey, speaking of pregame rituals, what's your pregame meal?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah,
I don't eat like you would think probably before a game. Unless it's maybe a 8 o'clock or like a 7 o'clock kickoff. I don't eat too much before games.
How much do you miss that Louisiana food? Be real, because I heard it's some donuts or something. What are they called?
Beignets. Yeah, Charlotte is tough, man. The food comparisons of New Orleans and Charlotte, it's tough. But I make do. It's lovely here, so the food is just a small part of what I miss, but I do miss it a lot.
I'm gonna give y'all one more question, because then I got to be greedy with my questions. And plus, I had to switch over to my Verizon data plan, so I'm not about to pay extra for this conversation. And Time Warner needs to get their internet better here, because that's what we're using at the office. I can say that because I'm not being paid by anybody to speak for anybody.
No plugs here.
Who is on each side of him in the locker? Nobody, because he never stay in his seat.
To my left, I have Nate Chandler. To my right, I have Pierce Burton.
Pierce Burton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then right on side of him is Nasty Norwell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know where your locker is, to be real with you.
I'm never there.
Yes, you're
I'm never there.
I think yesterday when I was talking to people, I was trying to look around. Unfortunately, you wasn't around when I was asking the other linemen some stories about you. But you have a unique relationship with John Matsko, would you say?
We're very unique.
Offensive line coach?
Yeah, with my coach, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm younger than all of his kids, so I think I've just took on that role as like a stepchild. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, when it's good, it's really good, and when it's not so great, then it's just what it says, not so great.
Well, everybody has dreams of grandeur and being able to repay people that help them in their upbringing.
He's definitely a person that I know helped me out a lot. But what you was going with your question? I just had to clarify that.
I appreciate you remembered there was a different angle. Yeah. But have you been able to do some things for your mom or some people to give back?
I've been fortunate enough, man. I've been in positions the last few years that I've really been blessed. I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to college. I definitely helped my parents out. And once I got to the NFL, after my first season, I was able to purchase my mom a car for Mother's Day, and that was it was something that I always talked about doing, something that would always come up in conversation, but you never really understand the feeling that you would get of doing something like that until the deed's done. Was able to fly home. It was OTA time, minicamp, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was able to fly home, and I drove the car to church. It was on a Sunday. I flew home on a Saturday. I drove the car to church on a Sunday, And
Did she know you were there?
No,
Okay.
no one knew I was home. Surprised everyone. Oh, hey, you home? You know, lovely. What we gonna eat? First question. I said, oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we head outside to leave. She said, oh, how you got here? I said, oh, I just Ubered. Yeah, okay. So she walks outside and she looking, I'm looking, I'm smiling. She like, that's mine?
So she immediately knew.
Yeah, she knew. And I was like, yeah, that's yours. And, you know, it just was a phenomenal feeling because I know she went through a lot. You know,
Right.
I can't even much come up with a word or put something to make it sound better. She just did a lot with me and for me. So just to repay her in that way, it was awesome. And my dad get the ride, so he's all right. Yeah, he'll be all right.
They get to ride along.
Yeah.
So Trai, I appreciate you coming, and everybody that's watching. Like I said, I knew this was going to be a good interview because when I first met Trai, he actually came and introduced himself to me, which, you know, honestly, I don't think that's ever happened to me in a locker room. The guy just says, you know, introduces himself. But I like to give you guys a chance to identify with the person that's behind that helmet. So, you know, as they're going well, of course, you're cheering for them, but as they have hard times, you can kind of connect with the person.
Definitely.
Trai, tell these people how they can keep up with you on social media.
Okay, on Instagram, I'm at TTURN21. It's just T-Turner21. So at TTURN21. On Twitter, I'm at TRAI_TURNER. Trai_Turner. And I'm available. I tweet often. I favorite. Sometimes I retweet. Sometimes I follow. You know, depending on what you say. I'm just a fun person. That's all.
All right, so I appreciate Trai coming on. For you guys that are watching on YouTube, we also broadcast live on Periscope. You saw me step off camera asking some questions. So it's important that you download the app on your phone. It's free, and if you do, then you're allowed to talk and interact with me when I have people like Trai. I keep thinking Boston, but Trai Turner in the studio.
That's about to be my neighbor, though.
Trai Boston
It's
is?
fun, yeah. That's my guy.
His dog is crazy.
yeah, it's massive.
Trai is hype.
Trai 24/7.
Trai is
6 in the morning, 6 in the evening. Same way. Same way.
You guys could also invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And the reason is when I get these guys in the locker room or anytime I'm on their property, I can only have that video up for 24 hours, else I get a letter from FedEx. You guys know about the FedEx. It means you violated a league policy, and I don't want to do that. But if you subscribe, you'll be able to see those videos as soon as they come up.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for watching. Trai Turner, you appreciate you coming on.